As we take you inside the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, you'll find that Caribbean film is a catalyst for uniting developing economies and creating global awareness for multiculturalism. Pan, our music Odyssey, is a film that speaks to that in spades. Let's check it out.
Every year, thousands of fans rush to the South Caribbean to hear the metallic drum orchestras. People come from Japan, France, America, and Africa to celebrate the high mass of the steel drum.
I'm here with a couple of the creative heavyweights behind the film Pan. With me is Kim Johnson and Jerome Guyot. Kim, you're the writer of this fantastic film. Tell us what was one of the main themes or messages that you hope to bring across with Pan.
Well, Pan is a sort of peculiar combination of like Creole, New World creativity, and underlying that an African impulse. And that combination, the Creole creativity would have borrowed on all sorts of different impulses, the European impulse, again more on the African, and how to combine that while also telling the story of this is Africa. I suppose that was the underlying theme I hope to get through this story of just individuals who didn't think thoughts like that. They were just going about their lives.
Yeah, and Steel Pan, of course, represents so much for Trinidad and Tobago as the innovator of Steel Pan, but it also sends a message across the region. What do you want other Caribbean islands to take from the history and the story of Pan?
Well, if you realize, if you knew that the original title is that Pan, we are the world. What we emphasize is the universality of it, the universality of the drum and the rhythm as something all humans share and relate to. And the pan is just a hybrid version. We wanted to emphasize the fact that yes, the pan was invented here, but another dimension of the pan is that everyone participates, because in a sense, a pan, the steel bands are the most sort of inclusive organizations you could imagine. You know, race, class, ethnicity, religion, nationality, anyone is in it. You go in a band, you'll see someone from Belgium, France, Trinidad, you'll see black, white, Indian, Hindu, Orisha, the full range. You know, you'll see kids. So if you think of the forms of discrimination, which are, as I listed, and plus the most difficult, which are gender and age, and they're all transcended. This Creole invention is such an inclusive thing, and I wanted to bring that across by showing how the music does it.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of transcending cultures, Jerome, you're from Belgium, and this is your first Caribbean project. What did you think when you first read Pan?
When I first read Pan, I found the story was really interesting because it's universal. It's not like typically, I mean, the story is told in the Caribbean and in Trinidad, but the story is universal. It's about struggling for life and for freedom, in a way, freedom of music, and transforming violence into competition, which is something really universal and beautiful. And so that was my first thought.
Yeah, did that draw you to the project?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into music in all of my projects. I don't know how that happened, but I'm doing music videos, music documentaries, TV music, and everything is about music. So that project felt really natural for me.
We're here with Jean-Michel and Barto, producers of Pan, our Odyssey through music. Tell us about working on the project.
Working the project was extremely interesting. We had a fantastic human adventure with the invention of Pan, and making those type of film is an enormous pleasure of sharing.
What do you think this says for the heritage and the history of Pan?
I think this film is extremely important in a way that the first pivotal moment of the creation of the modern Pan was, of course, never illustrated because there is no archival images, moving images of that. And what we have done through the reenactment part of it is to recreate this history. So it's something which is for generation to come. It will always be there now. And so from really this pivotal moment in 1947, we have recreated history. So I think that part is a very important part in terms of preservation of our cultural heritage, and something such important than the steel pan for Trinidad and for the Caribbean, I should say.
Doctor, you gave a very informative workshop today on producing, and you highlighted a very key point right now in our industry, co-production. What are the benefits of co-production for film in the Caribbean?
Alors, co-production in documentary is extremely necessary. We cannot produce national, it's too difficult, we are not getting enough financement for that. So it's important always to find subject which can hit international market. Pan is terribly that. For me, it's a human adventure which can resound in the heart of everybody, because it is the story of kids of the street who take an emblem of industry and transform it in art. So it's a switch of society, an annunciation of a switch of the society. I think it has a clear international value. Again, that was my job here. It's a Trinidadian film, produced by Trinidadian, written by Trinidadian, on Trinidadian story. I was interfering into that film as bringing an expertise on international market and try to bring that film to the most outside we can.
Up next on IX.